All right, y'all. Got another episode of Deep Talk. Tell the folks what we got in front of the lens today, man.
My name J-Rock, movie star Rock.
We still right. All right. So where you from, man?
Originally, I'm from Anne Arundel County, Maryland, but I moved up here to Newark, Delaware, over the summer.
Over the summer.
Yeah, over in like June.
So how you like it out here so far? It's all right?
Yeah, it's chills out here. Yeah, it's chills. It's different than Maryland, but you know, what I mean, it's chills out here. It's good. It's good vibes out here. I like it so far.
Okay. I see you moving around though in the entertainment business a little bit. I see you, you know. So tell the folks what you do for the people that don't know.
Mostly, I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of music videos. I got a clothing brand. I do all kinds of videos, all kinds of content, though, like vlogs, business ads and whatnot, nice content for other clothing brands, all that kind of shit.
Okay, how long you been doing that for?
For the clothing brand or the videos, or both?
We're gonna start with the clothing brand first. How long you been doing that?
The clothing brand, I had this clothing brand since 2020. I started this in 2020, right around probably right before the pandemic for real. And but I've been doing clothing brands since like 2015, 2014, something like that. I started my first clothing brand, I was like 22.
22?
So, yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
That's good shit. But like, I'm saying though, what made you start doing it then?
Just really back then I started doing it just because I was always trying to find something different to wear. You feel me? Like I ain't want to wear all the stuff that everybody else was wearing. I was around a lot of other people that had clothing brands, and like where I'm from, we was rocking the shit out their clothing brands. The local brands, that's what a lot of people wore out there. So I wanted to come up with something different, and I was always into the fashion, the fashion type shit. So I just started coming up with designs. Bought myself a little screen print machine, and just started getting to it like that, and it just stuck ever since.
So you don't have a distributor, like you don't have like where you get your clothing made at, you do it yourself?
Nah, I do. For some of my stuff, I outsource, China, Pakistan type shit. But a lot of my shit is easy enough. Like I do hoodies, t-shirts, and shorts, and joggers, and sweatpants, and all that kind of shit. If it's easy enough for me to just heat press the joint. Right now, I just be doing some heat press. I don't do the screen print.
Okay.
But,
now, the reason that you go on the outsource, is it because of the quality of the clothes?
Yeah, that's when I want to go and get like that super quality French Terry type shit, or like if I just want to get some shit like embroidery, or distress embroidery, or just something that just ain't as far past heat pressing. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Then I outsource and go to like China, or maybe even Pakistan. If I don't feel like spending China money, I'll go to Pakistan, because China, they a little up there with the prices.
Yeah, they down there make everything in this month.
Yeah. Facts. But like you'd be surprised. Like some of them manufacturers over Pakistan is nice. So you see a lot of the local brands and shit, when they got that quality, some of it still come from Pakistan. It's just when you mess with Pakistan, you gotta find that right one. You find that one, then you good. But it's thousands of manufacturers over in Pakistan. Thousands, I mean dozens of thousands of them over there.
Okay.
And probably out of them dozens of thousands, it's thousands that's scamming, There's probably thousands that just ain't good at what they do. I done been through a few manufacturers over there. Order samples and whatnot, and they just come out trash. So you just, live and you learn.
So how did you find these manufacturers? Did somebody refer them to you, or was it like?
I ain't gonna lie, I used one manufacturer that ain't nobody referring to me, but a clothing brand owner that I be watching on YouTube and all that. He put it out there. He put that manufacturer out there, and I reached out to them, and they quality crazy.
Good, yeah. Expensive though.
They ain't even that expensive. No. They just they probably a little bit more than what you would get on average from Pakistan, but they not that expensive.
So this is from what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong, or tell me, they be like 3 cents. 5 cents for a tee or something?
Nah, hell nah.
That'd be cap?
Hell nah, yeah, that's cap.
What, like $1 a tee?
Nah, it all depends on like what you getting. Like if you getting some crazy crazy screen print designs, or you getting some crazy embroidery designs, you might pay $20 a tee.
But do it go by as much as you pay though? So say like,
As much as you buy,
as much as you
the
buy.
more, yeah, of course.
so
yeah,
if you
yeah.
buy like 1,000,
Yeah,
it go
If you
cheaper
buy
for
1,000
a
for something like, let's say you buy like 50, and they charging you $12 a tee.
Right.
If you go and you buy 500 of them joints, they probably gonna charge you like 8, 7. Just because of the amount though, you feel me?
Yeah.
But they want that money over there. So you buying it because they probably doing that shit for cents. It probably don't cost them much or nothing to make that shit over there. I ain't never asked them, but
Nah, cause I see somebody told me it'd be like some clothing distributors you get, they be like real low, and based on how much you get, they give you lower, like $1, 50 cents, and all that stuff. So I just wanted to know how true that was.
nah, I ain't gonna.
I'm like,
I ain't,
shit,
gonna
it's
lie. I ain't
that
never
cheap.
seen. I ain't never seen no t-shirts come out for letting no $1, $2, $3. Maybe if you just buying the blank. If you go to China or Pakistan and you just want to get the blanks, yeah, you probably get that shit for like $2.
What you mean, just a t-shirt with nothing on it?
There's a t-shirt, nothing on it.
Okay, that's probably what they
nothing on
mean,
it.
man.
No kind of acid wash, no kind of distressing, no kind of nothing, no neck label, no nothing. You can probably get that shit for like $2, $3.
All right, so some of that stuff you just mentioned, break a couple of that stuff down, because I'm kind of curious too. You said
Like what?
ash and wash.
Acid wash, yeah.
And so explain that. What's that? What do that do for you?
Acid wash is like this. Like you feel me? Like you see how it's like faded kind of like?
Okay.
That's acid wash right there.
Okay.
You feel me? And this hoodie, like this bleach wash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different color.
So yeah, it's different. You feel me? The hoodie bleach wash and these shorts acid.
Even with the little rips in it for the design, that's all.
That's all
all
hand,
him.
that's all hand distress. Nah, I did this.
Oh, you did that.
I did this.
Oh,
I got
excuse
this,
me,
yeah.
my bad. Excuse me.
Nah. I went to the vendor, and bought a bunch of blank hoodies, and I just, this was an extra one that I had. After I sold all the rest of them, I had an extra blank joint, and I was like, let me just bleach wash this joint and see how it come out. The shit came out crazy. I like the bleach wash on it, and then I got the little tool. You feel me? So I just hand distress all this shit.
That's creative.
Yeah, all over. It ain't on the bottom on this one. I got the brown ones coming out. It's all over on the bottom, on the pockets like this, sleeves, hood, whole hood distress.
I like that, bro.
Yeah. And that shit make it more meaningful. When you get a blank, even if you throw in like a heat press joint on there, but you got the blank and you doing all this, you bleach washing it yourself, or you stone washing it yourself, because you can do that yourself too. Acid wash, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how to do that. But if you get like a primrose stone and you throw that joint in the washer with it, you'll acid wash all your shit with it. Or stone wash it, my bad, stone wash it.
I might have seen that on YouTube. I think I might have seen a guy that do that.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen it.
I ain't never did it, but I know you can do it. I ain't never tried to do it just because I heard that shit can fuck up your washing machine, so I ain't trying to do that.
Okay, so M Star.
Movie star. Yeah.
How you come up with that name? And that's the name of your clothing brand.
Nah, the name of my clothing brand is Straight Struggle.
Straight Struggle.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my apologies.
No, you good.
What made you come up with that name? Straight Struggle.
For real, I don't really talk about this much. Definitely not as much as I should, but really, so when I was like 17, when I was like 16, no, I was 17, I got locked up. And where I was locked up at, we play a lot of spades in that joint, and this hella heads trying to get on the spades table. So, a spades game might last you, if you playing like 500 or some shit, that shit might last you like an hour.
Right.
So, but it's hella heads trying to get on the table, so we gotta shorten them joints up. So anyway, we came up with a bunch of rules that just make the game shorter, make the games go faster. If you playing in 3 sets, game over type shit. So anyway, one of the rules was called Straight Struggle. So as soon as we dealing the cards out, we name the rules. No 3 books over, straight struggle. And straight struggle meant if you get a hand with no spades, you can't throw that hand in. If you playing at home with your folks, you get a hand with no spades, you throwing that joint in, right? Straight struggle mean even if you got a hand with no spades, you can't throw it in. You gotta play it out and you gotta play to win. You feel me? So really straight struggle just mean play to win no matter what kind of hand you got in life. You feel me? You got a bad hand in life at the moment, you play that joint out. A new hand gonna get dealt, you feel me? So we play straight struggle.
I like that. I like how you use that.
Yeah, appreciate
how you break it down.
Yeah, appreciate
But
it.
if I tell you this, you ain't even gonna believe me. You gonna be like, what? I don't even know how to play spades.
Damn.
I done been.
I know you seen it though. You done seen it though. So yeah.
Listen, All right, I ain't gonna say that. I know how to play
You just
spades.
ain't good. You just gonna get
I'm just not. You know, some people just know they can count the cards. They know how to
yeah.
I'm just. You put me on there. I know the basis of it.
Yeah. Yo, I was locked
You
up.
feel me?
I was locked up for like less than a year, bro. And then within that less than a year, yo, we probably played like 5,000 spades games, man. That's
You know
all.
what I
That's
picked
all
up?
we did all day.
You know what I picked up from jail that I did all day? This is God. I played dominoes. I didn't know how to play dominoes when I went to jail, and they taught. I think that's why
Bones was my shit too.
they taught me bones before they taught me spades. In there.
Bones
anything
get
else.
a little reckless though, cause you know when you playing spades, you can smack them joints down. But Bones,
five,
you smacking that
10,
table when a nigga getting his ass whooped in that shit. Yeah.
So that's all we did majority of the time. Either that or chess.
Nah, I fuck with Bones. I fuck with chess too. Yeah. I fuck with chess too.
I learned my game with chess real good in there too, so it kind of.
Tom. Yep, you fuck with
Tom.
Yeah, Tom. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, play talk.
Yeah.
It's another one.
Rami.
Not
5,000 type shit.
Not that one. It's another one. Talking casino.
I don't know.
You ever play casino?
I don't know that.
It's another one. So yeah, that's basically how I don't know how to play spades that good. I ain't.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's all kinds of games. When you locked up, it's all kinds of games. Nigga, we had that. We couldn't have no dice in there. You feel me? We'd take the bread and make little dice out of the bread. Yeah, but we shooting with bread dice in there, little sharp
That's
mark.
crazy, but that brought back some shit.
You feel me?
People did.
We had to make hella them jaws though, cause you get goddamn 20 rolls in and that shit crumble on you. So you gotta have the backups on that.
Yeah, you know how many dice used to get confiscated?
Oh yeah.
They
I'm
used to
hip.
do the searches, the shaking,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So
They used to hit us whenever we went to eat. We go down to the chow hall, we go to eat. We come back, our shit shook up.
Shook
Everything we got gone.
trust me.
Yeah, that shit bring it back, don't it?
So we gonna keep it on that.
Yeah. Facts.
Shout out to the guys that's in jail,
Yeah,
free all the
free
guys,
the
man.
guys, yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's switch it over to the to the videography, man. So what
Yeah,
made you start
okay.
doing that, man?
That's yo.
Oh,
Really,
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Before we get to that, if somebody wanted to buy merch, or wanted to
Okay.
get any of the clothing, what's the process?
There's many of them.
you can go to the website, straightstruggle.com. You can hit me on IG and Apple Pay me and I'll ship it to you. You can sell me, I'll ship it to you. Cash App scammed me a couple times, so I don't do no Cash App.
What's the no?
Cash App
I keep
scammed
hearing
me.
about-
I got scammed for like
about
$100 one day. Cut my shit off. Came back like 3 months later, got scammed for $100 again. I'm like, nope, not doing it no more.
Making me rethink. I keep hearing about that, man.
Yeah.
So like, what's the prices?
Should be different for real. Like something like this right here, like I would probably sell this for like $80. This hoodie right here, this really an unreleased joint. This,
Okay.
you feel me? This was a one-off joint I did for myself. I got the brown joints coming out though. They coming out for the hundo. But them joints crazy. Yeah, I mean I could probably pull that joint up right now and show you. Yeah.
Quality,
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, I got these joints coming out right here.
Well,
I can throw that joint in here. I think I can throw that joint in the camera, yeah. Them joints right there, they coming out for like the bean. I might drop them on the first week on a discount tip, you feel me? Like maybe like 80, 90, just to get them flowing, you feel me?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so some shit like that. The last hoodies I dropped, they was 80. They was some black.
So what's the cheapest clothing you got?
This t-shirt right now, this 30.
It's 30?
Yeah, this 30, yeah.
Oh, so we got the t-shirts.
Yeah, and these coming out with the brown hoodies.
Do you have a store or is it just online only?
Nah, it's just online. Yeah, I don't
So
got no
you
store.
don't,
Yeah.
you're not like teamed up or nothing with nobody with a certain store or nothing?
Nah.
You should look into that, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of stores,
I know somebody, my man's out there.
brands in there.
He was telling me about some store. I think it's somewhere down here on Main Street. Like I think it's called 302 something. They be doing up pop-up shops over there. 302 something or something 302. I don't know.
I gotta check into it.
Yeah. He showed it to me once, but I can't remember what it was called. But it
It's
was,
out Newark?
yeah, I think he said it was on Main Street.
Oh, it's on the strip
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, it's right here.
For those who don't know, we on Main Street right now. It's a beautiful
Right
day.
there, yeah, beautiful day.
Beautiful day. You see, it's a lot of people out here, lot of different people, a lot of traffic. But yeah, man, that's what's up, bro. So $30 for that T-shirt.
Yeah.
Do you got socks too or no? You ain't got.
I had socks before, but I don't. Ever since I sold them out, I just ain't never get more socks.
How you feel about the sneaker lane though? You know,
The sneaker lane is
I ain't
fire.
think nobody want to get into that because I don't see too many people. That's a lot of people
It's
scared
two,
to jump in the
things,
sneaker.
it's two things that you don't see a lot of people jump into: the sneaker game
Right.
and the denim game.
Okay.
And what I would say is why most people don't get into it for is just because of the capital that you gotta have to get into it. Because I ain't gonna lie, that shit not cheap. To get some, like, if you get maybe some, like, Air Force copycats or something like that, you know, a lot of people get the Air Force design and put their own little twist on it or whatever. That might be a little cheaper. But I know one person personally in the sneaker game, and it just ain't that cheap. It ain't that lucrative for real. Yeah. And they don't sell as fast as, you know, streetwear, sweatpants.
Yeah, little interview, man.
Interview about what?
It's about me.
Yeah, about clothing brands.
Damn.
Damn, man, they got it on camera.
Yeah, it's a lot going on me.
Dang, they got it on camera.
Yeah.
Yo, alright, tight.
Tight
Deep
shit.
Talk, man. Shout out Deep Talk, bro.
Talk.
All right. Let's see, it's a lot going on. Main Street.
But I mean, that's what happens when you outside. You feel me? We in the element of it.
That's
You
what I
feel me?
like.
Exactly.
We love that. We keep it real.
Exactly.
That's one thing about the platform. There's gonna be a lot of that all summer. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So we're gonna go over to the videography, man. So
Alright.
what made you jump into that, man? Like,
Honestly, that shit came later on down the line for real. I've been doing it for a while. Really longer than I've been doing the clothing brand, but I used to rap. You feel me? So I rapped for a long time. And like probably like while I was still rapping, I started doing videos. I started shooting videos for people.
okay.
And back when I was like younger, I used to shoot the videos myself. I used to have my homeboy hold the camera and we would just make the videos ourselves.
Okay.
But ever since I stopped rapping, I just jumped on the videos real heavy, and that's just been what I've been on. And really, I used to do photography too. I still do photography. It just ain't really my lane. You feel me? I'd rather do the videos than the photography. But
Okay.
it really come from the passion of music, really. Because once I stopped doing music, I always said if I stopped doing music, I would always do something that got to do with music.
Okay.
And I used to be an engineer too. I used to have my own studio. I used to have people in paying for studio time and, you know, mixing mastering their tracks and shit. And that was after I stopped rapping. And but I ain't like that as much as the videos.
See, you remind me of myself, and I'm gonna say that because when I started really doing camera work. I initially started because I used to make music. I used to rap,
Okay.
so I wanted to stay in the entertainment business.
Exactly.
So I said, yo, I feel like I'm getting too old to rap. I ain't make it yet.
Mhm.
I'm not known yet. I'm 35. Ain't no need to keep trying to, I ain't 2 Chainz.
Right.
No offense, shout out to 2 Chainz. So it's like, what can I do to keep me relevant? Not relevant, but keep me
In the game.
in
In the game, without having to rap.
without having to rap and
Without
keep,
having
you know
to
what I mean?
And that's kind of like that's kind of like how I was, and like I ain't never make it or nothing like that. I did some, some shit that I'm proud of. You feel me?
Oh yeah, most
I
definitely.
probably like I think my most proud moment when it come to rapping was when I was like 23. I used to work real close with this promoter out there in Baltimore, and he brought me on stage to open up for me in DC.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So you opened up for me?
yeah, down in DC at Blitz nightclub.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then probably like a few months after that, maybe not even a few, maybe like a month after that, he brought me on stage at this this tri-college party, big ass party, Salisbury University, maybe UMES, and one more, maybe Towson. It was 3 colleges, but it was a huge party.
Right.
It was like it was back when, like, I don't know if y'all know him out here, but like when Peso the Mafia was hot. You know Shorty, right? Nah, he just a popular rapper from Baltimore. He made it out of Baltimore. He real popular.
Yeah,
Like,
see, it's like, me personally, I don't know too many.
right.
Baltimore rappers.
And that's how,
Baltimore, it was kind of Y'all had like the dance, like the what y'all call it? What y'all call it out there? It's called something, right?
Club dancing,
Nah, it's something.
rock off.
Something else. Was it
like the Avenue type shit. You mean like that?
like
The Avenue, the
it's
Park
a
Ice
term
Strut.
that they said on the wire that Snoop said.
Oh,
it's the
damn.
one episode that they said that an outsider wouldn't know.
I can't even think of it, and I done seen that goddamn series, the whole
I forgot
series,
the
like 6
name of it.
times.
It'll probably come back to me.
If I had to guess, I would probably say she just said something about rocking off.
like a
That's-
go-go type joint. Is it like go-go music or something?
Nah. It's just Baltimore club music. That's what we used to call it.
Baltimore club,
Baltimore
music,
club.
but it was like a party. It was like a party. type,
Every party. Yeah, every party. Yeah, you couldn't go to a party out there without half of the party. Yeah.
I remember that joint. That's probably the only song really.
Yeah.
Be more than I really fuck underground anyway, cause I don't think he really made it that big. Yeah, man. Shorty. Now I don't know.
But to go back to it, yeah. So it was Shorty used to be a part of a group, and the group was called Peso the Mafia. But anyway, they was on stage, so I performed before them. There's a DC artist named Q the Fool. I performed before him. Tate Cobain from Baltimore. He a popular Baltimore artist. He signed to Nicki right now.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, he signed to Nicki, and he performed on stage that night. And it was a lot of us that performed on stage that night. That was a huge college party, and those probably the two like proudest moments of my rap career.
I feel like this is my opinion. Who from Baltimore made it that's big?
Tech.
Tech Nine?
YG Tech.
Oh, YG Tech?
YG Tech.
Who else? He was a battle rapper.
He used to do some battle rapping back in the day. Cause we used to have back in the day in Baltimore, it was the Baltimore battles. You feel me? And they used to do that shit like every week. It was on YouTube, real popular on YouTube. So YG Tech, Roddy Racks, OTR Chaz, NASG Chaz. It's a lot of them out there, man. Baltimore got a crazy scene right now.
I feel like Baltimore is like Delaware when it comes to entertainment. It's like nobody like officially made it mainstream.
Mainstream, like Drake level type shit.
Shit, you know what I mean? Wayne level,
Yeah.
or Dirk level,
Nah.
or the baby level. You just know what I mean? Just, I feel like
That you talking about like an internationally known artist,
exactly.
like real
You feel like we
international.
got a lot of underground hot artists, and that's how Delaware is. You feel me? So that's Baltimore remind me.
You got people like YG Tech. I mean, he be doing songs with people. I know he got a song with Pooh Shiesty. He did that shit a couple years ago. But
be the same way out here. These guys.
yeah, you get it.
Songs
Yeah.
with certain artists, and when I started interviews, I didn't even know certain guys had songs with certain dudes. I'm like, I never heard it. Where's it at? It's like sometimes they just don't be pushing like that. Like I don't know. It's just.
That's probably because like, if I really had to take a guess on it, I would say like, sometimes they probably do the song with the artist and think it's gonna push itself, because they name on it, and then
That be majority of the
you
time.
feel me, and then like, it kind of just fall on the back burner. The next song come out and that shit hard as hell, so they gotta push that jump. You feel me?
So, your low M Star, how did you come up with that?
So that the M star mean movie star, and it ain't really like movie star. Like it ain't MOVIE star. It's like the file .mov. That's what my tag is. So movie file. Yeah. But you don't call it a .mov. You call it what? A movie file, right? So it's movie star, and I'm a movie star. You feel me?
So okay.
Yeah.
So, if you wanna get into that, what kind of camera you use to shoot?
I use a Sony, A7 III. Yeah,
A7
A7 III.
Hectic camera. I'm trying to even go to that one or the FX3. One of the two. Sony FX.
That's a Sony? I must not. I don't know that one. That's on the. It's like a cinema.
It's a cinema.
Okay, yeah. That's why I don't know it like that.
It's the same as the S7 III.
Okay. Oh, all right.
But
okay.
it's just
okay.
the more upgrader one.
Okay. That's why I don't know it, because bro, I'm not gonna say like. I ain't like
Too
hesitant. I ain't hesitant to step into the cinema cameras, but I'm like, bro, like the A7 III, that shit just such a good camera to me, yo.
It's the same as the FX3, but it's just a cinema. FX3 is just known as a cinematic camera.
Right.
Better stabilization,
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
focus. It's just, you know.
That shit probably focus real fast. Though.
Yeah, and it's real good. You know what I mean? But that's definitely a lane you should cinematic camera. But the A7S III is a good fucking camera too.
Yeah.
So either one of them two, I'm gonna get myself. I'm just trying to decide which one. You know, the FX3, like,
I be encouraging everybody to get an A7 III.
shit, like $6 grand or something.
6?
For the FX3,
Yeah.
$6 grand.
Yeah, you know that's
5-6 grand or something. So you know, it's worth it though.
Yeah, especially if you got an A7S III, that shit like 3 racks.
You don't even need a gimbal for that junk. Majority of the time, if you ain't like if your hand like steady,
That shit just gonna
it's
stabilize
just
itself.
like how the scene work. You'll think it was a gimbal.
What you, if you don't mind me asking, what program you use to?
I use DaVinci.
Okay.
DaVinci Resolve.
That's one I ain't never touched
That's
that
what I
before.
started with.
Okay.
So I never used Adobe, none of the other stuff. I started with DaVinci, so I just stuck with it because I learned everything. A lot of people that I talk to, they use DaVinci for like color grading and different certain things, but I use it for the overall everything.
Word.
So
I ain't never touched that. When I know about it, I just ain't never touched it. I know people that use nothing but DaVinci, but I just ain't never. I
think
had it.
from my research I've been doing on it, majority of the people that use DaVinci, they do like movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what I've always seen.
So with Adobe, that's more like a music video or stuff like that. More effects, more is just
Yeah,
and it's more like overlays and stuff you can put on.
and then you got After Effects that you can
After
get
Effects,
export scenes out to and do all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. I just started with DaVinci, and it's just like I feel like the other stuff is too complicated for me. I don't want to. I guess I'll get there one day. I
So
feel like
believe it or not-
DaVinci where I should be and stay.
Believe it or not, I fuck with Final Cut harder than Adobe.
Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, I fuck with Final Cut. I use both of them. It depends. It really depends on what kind of project I'm working on. But the maneuverability, I like Final Cut better. I know. I mean, you can do if you know what you're doing with it, and you familiar with Final Cut, you can do all the same shit that you do on Adobe. And then you got motion, and you can do kind of like the same shit as like After Effects if that's what you wanted to do. I personally still use After Effects even with Final Cut. It's just like with Adobe, you can just export that shit right into After Effects. Final Cut, it's just one extra step. You feel me? You just gotta take the joint, export a clip as its own movie, bring it into After Effects, do what you gotta do, put it back into Final Cut.
Yeah, see, DaVinci, you gotta do too much extra shit. Take this file, do that file, this you gotta put it in DaVinci file. So it's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot when you know it, but learning it based off of the other software that y'all use, like you said, it's just more.
Yeah.
All other programs were simpler. I probably should have started with them, but it is what it is.
Shit, nah, man.
Just like Sony,
Yeah.
I started with Sony. I don't want no other. I don't want.
I ain't even start with a Sony.
I don't want a black magic.
I started with a Canon.
Yeah, see,
When I first started shooting videos, probably like 2014, I started with a fucking Rebel T3.
Is that the John? It's like a gimbal connected to it.
No. It's just a DSLR, a bottom of the barrel DSLR. Really, it ain't. Back then it wasn't no 4K anyway.
Well, these is like considered the bottom of the barrel Sony's right now, as
Yeah.
far as cinematic. As far as cinema.
But DSLRs is big joints, big bulky joints. So that's what that was. And one day I upgraded to a T4i, and then from that, one day I got a Panasonic. I started shooting with the Lumens, and then what
A
happened?
DSLR, that's not a full frame, right? That's not full frame camera.
I don't think
This one is a DSLR. It's not a full frame camera. It's a crop sensor.
Really?
It's a crop camera. This one I got right here, but
Uh.
I can get the lens like
To make it-
for example, this lens is a wide lens, it's a full frame. You feel me? So this is the particular lens that I have on.
Right.
So, but who's talking about that? Talking about the A7S III and the FX3, they full frame cameras if you understand the setup. But these, like I said, that's why I said they consider like the bottom, but they powerful. Like this particular camera, the 6400 is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, they good cameras.
A lot of people would not recommend it, but this is the camera, bro.
I know people that will recommend it though, especially like they'll recommend it.
Mhm.
Especially if that's if you in that specific like price range,
The price range.
that's the camera to be recommended right there.
it's like, yo, you know how long I was fighting myself, like, damn, did I get the right camera? Because it was an investment, of course.
Yeah.
Did I get the right camera starting off? Was it, you know, I was always fighting myself, but I feel like your first camera always gonna be the best camera because it's your first camera. And I think the camera I picked was kind of good.
Yeah. I fuck with him.
I got a good choice.
I got a homeboy that used to use one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to shoot crazy videos on it. Yeah.
So it's cool. Not to veer off on the videography. I mean, we still talking about it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of,
Right.
you know. I seen you did a video for Bird.
Yeah.
Got you that did that, right?
Yeah.
That was nice.
You like that?
Yeah,
Thank you.
props for that.
Appreciate it.
That was a cinematic joint.
Yeah.
The way you did it, the lighting. I think the lighting is what set it off. What made
On the like the spotlight
the
tip.
spotlight tip?
Yo,
What made
listen.
you get that? What made you
That
pick
was Bird. That was Bird.
That was
idea.
Bird idea.
That was Bird idea. Cause what we was really supposed to. Well, I ain't gonna say supposed to. What we envisioned together was just a whole black room. Like the room was just gonna be black, right? And then that spotlight would be there. But we ended up having to manipulate it a little bit, use a screen and everything. But I was able to mess with the lightings in the post, you feel me, and make it what it was. But when I seen it, when we set up and we started shooting and I did my first test shot, I seen the shadow and I'm like, hey Bird, that shadow crazy. You don't see it because it's behind you. But I'm like, on this camera, that shadow crazy. But yeah, no, that was, I fuck with that scene heavy. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I appreciate you coming out here, man. Getting on the platform.
Yeah, no cap. No, I appreciate you. Appreciate you having me out.
Back on the platform.
Yeah, facts.
More than welcome. You know, Delaware going platform, so
Yeah.
we're trying to get everybody that's got some substance that's doing something.
Yeah.
So I reached out to you and I appreciate you
Yeah,
accepting
okay.
and coming out. You know, so again, if they want to reach out for clothing or, get video done, how can they reach out? How can they? What's the process?
If you wanna get some merch, if you wanna get some clothing, I don't even mean to call it merch. It ain't merch because it's a brand. You feel me? Merch and a brand is different. But if you wanna get something from the brand, you can holler at my website, straightstruggle.com, STR8, the number 8, STR8, STRGGL.com, or you can just holler at me on IG. It's straightstruggle.clo. If you wanna book a video, you can holler at me on IG. It's movstar.rock. And you can hit me in the DMs and we can schedule something up that way. Yeah.